Today we're going to talk about concepts. We always say we need to let go. Let go of what? We are going to talk about 24 concepts that we should let go. The first one is attainment. Attainment is when we gain something from nothing, such as fame, fortune, power. We think the more we have, the better we are. This is out of our greed. We think there's something to attain. But little do we know, a lot of times, misfortune is blessing in disguise. There's a wise old man with a beautiful stallion. He loves this horse. One day, the horse disappeared. Everybody came to comfort him about his loss. He said, this might not be a bad thing. Sure enough, a few days later, the horse came back, brought another beautiful horse. Everybody came and congratulated him. He said, this probably is not a good thing. His son loved this new horse, rode it every day, and one day he fell off the horse and broke his leg. Everybody came to comfort him about his son's misfortune. But the old man said, this might not be a bad thing. Sure enough, the government was drafting for people to go to war. Because his son broke his leg, he didn't have to go. A lot of people died in that war. A lot of time, misfortune are blessing in disguise. Whether it's attainment or loss, they're only concepts made by our mind. Number 2 is life faculty. We have this life faculty only because we have the alaya consciousness. When the seeds in the alaya consciousness resides in this body, we can go on living. When the alaya consciousness leaves, this body goes. So the life faculty is our persistence in this life that we want. That's why we keep living, and it will take us into many lifetimes of reincarnation because we have this strong attachment to this alaya consciousness, the deluded mind. Because of this attachment to this life faculty, we are continuously in reincarnation. 1 and 2 are a group because it's based on greed. Number 3 and 4 are a group. Number 3 is generic similarities. Number 4 is dissimilarity. Number 3, generic similarity, is when we are in a group that are similar. For example, dogs, they're all dogs because they're similar. Arhats are saints that have relinquished the idea of the self, so they are similar. Bodhisattvas, they're all like-minded who want to save sentient beings. So they are called generic similarities, but they're the similarities within similarities. For example, we are all human, but they are mundane and they are saints. Mundanes are actually called people with the similarities. We all have very dissimilar afflictions and defilements. But the saints, the more enlightened they are, the more similar they become. So the mundanes are actually called people with the similarities. Number 5, 6, 7 are based on samadhi. Number 5 is no thought samadhi. This samadhi is cultivated by externalists. They go into deep meditation where their 6 consciousness stop working. Therefore, they have no thoughts. They stop all thinking. They think that's the way to liberation, but in fact, it's not. It's a forced samadhi. It's like you put a rock on top of the grass, hoping it will never grow, but the root is still there. You're just stopping thoughts. Number 6, samadhi of extinction. That's the samadhi of arhats. They also stop their 6 consciousness from working, but they also stop all feelings. They have no feelings of pain or pleasure, and they have no thinking. They're different from externalists in the fact that they use this to let go of the attachment to the self. So they are more enlightened and their afflictions are eradicated based on the samadhi. But this is still not the samadhi of Buddhas. This is only a stage of the arhats. This is not the ultimate samadhi either. Number 7 is reward of non-thought. Number 5, no thought samadhi is the cause. Reward of no thought, that's the effect. People who practice the no thought samadhi, when they relinquish their body this lifetime, they take rebirth in the heaven of no thought, in the 4th dhyana. That's when they reborn in that heavenly realm. But that is still not a good place to take rebirth in, because you will not be enlightened either. You just have no thoughts for a long time. Last time we talked about there are 5 wrong views. One is attachment to unbeneficial precepts, and one is attachment to the wrong view. Number 5 is attachment to unbeneficial precepts. This is the wrong cause of enlightenment. You think practicing the samadhi, stopping thought, would be enlightenment, but that's the wrong cause. Taking rebirth in the heaven of no thought is attachment to wrong view, the wrong effect. So cause and effect, they're both wrong. Externalists, they think that's the way to enlightenment, but it's not. So all these are only concepts. There is actually no samadhi to gain, and there's no enlightenment to gain after all. Number 8, 9, 10, that's about our language. Number 8 is body of nouns. We give names to people, place, and things. For example, body, mind. These are nouns. When you have more than one, it's called bodies. Then number 9, bodies of sentences. You put the nouns into sentences. You make a phrase. Body and mind are both impermanent. That's a sentence. Then we have bodies of phonemes. These are words. So number 10 is the basis of noun and sentences. All these are only concepts, human-made concepts. We should not be attached to words, to nouns, to sentences. These are illusions. These 3, they can be in the form of 3 out of the 6 sense organs. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. They come in contact with the 6 sense objects of sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and dharma. Language, they can be in 3 sense objects. In sight, when we see writings, or it can be sound when we hear language. It can be our thoughts. It's called dharma. That's the object of the mind. But if you want to realize your true nature, you have to be away from these 3 sense objects. In the Awakening of Faith in Mahayana by Asvangosha, he says suchness transcends verbalization, description, and conceptualization. It's not what you hear in words. It's not what you see in writing. It's not even the thoughts, the language in your mind. It should be away from all this language for you to be really enlightened and see your true suchness. 11, 12, 13, and 14, there are 4 forms of rising and ceasing. Everything is condition arising. They have these 4 forms. Our body goes through birth, aging, sickness, and death. Every one of our thoughts, it goes through rising, abiding, changing, and ceasing. Every single one of our thoughts. And the whole world coming into being, dwelling, decaying, and disappearing. Every condition arising, they go through these 4 stages. So we should not be upset when we get old, when we get sick, or even when we die, because these are also illusions, concepts that we come up with. The whole reincarnation is only happening in a dream. 15, 16, 17 is about karma, revolving. That's reincarnation. We're always in this river of turning and flowing. We cannot get out of the strong current of reincarnation. Lifetime after lifetimes, we want to turn it around by getting out of reincarnation. Number 16, distinction. That's talking about karma. Every karma has its definite effect. Wholesome thoughts will have good retribution. Unwholesome thoughts will give you negative retribution. Karma is definite. Cause and effect is always for sure. They cannot be mixed up, and they cannot make any mistakes. That's why it's distinct and definite. Number 17 is interaction. Cause and effect, they're always corresponding with each other. That's why it's called interaction. Good cause will have good effect. Bad cause will have bad effect. Greed, anger, ignorance will bring you to the 3 lower realms. If you are kind, compassionate, you go to higher realms or go to the Western Pure Land. It's all about your cause that will have the corresponding effect or retribution. Number 18 and 19 are in a group. 18 is speed. Speed means extremely powerful forward momentum. It's like our reincarnation. This current is very powerful. The time is flowing very fast. We are aging and we're going toward our death very soon. This current is flowing very, very fast. If we don't cultivate now, we have no time left. Number 19 is sequence. Everything must have order. Like you go to first grade, second grade, you move up. Or when you cook, you must wash your vegetables, cut them, and then cook. You cannot do it out of order, or you cannot get anything done. So things must have sequence and order. If you're cultivating, first you take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, then you take the 5 precepts, and then the Bodhisattva precept. You cannot do it out of order. But this order is also only a concept. 20, 21, and 22, they are a group. 20 is about time. Time is marking of intervals. Years, months, days, hours, these are intervals of time. This is only relative. Some people say you cannot chant the sutra at night because you're gonna attract ghosts. But these are all made up concepts. Time is only relative and it's only happening on our earth. The time elsewhere is totally different. 21 is direction. Front, back, right, left, north, south, up and down. These are man-made concepts of direction, location. These are also relative because we think it's important. Some people very into feng shui. They think how you place things is very important. That's only human-made concept. 22 is numeration, numbers, also human-made concept. We are very attached to number. Money, we want a lot of money. Oil price so expensive right now. We are very attached to the price. The number in our medical report is horrible. We're very upset. Every day we are attached to these numbers and our emotion goes up and down because of these numbers. But do we know they're phantasms made up by our mind? So we should try to let go of our attachment to time, direction, and numeration. Lastly, 23 and 24. One is combination, one is discontinuity. Combination, it's about blending and uniting, such as cause and effect. They are blending and uniting. Water and milk, put them together, it becomes milk water. So that's combination. Some people believe in combination. Some people believe in discontinuity, such as people might think there's no cause and effect. Everything happens is created by a God. That's spontaneity. Our heads are caught up in combination of cause and effect. Externalists, they are caught up in the spontaneity. So both of these are not in alignment with our enlightenment and our true suchness. You have to let go of both of these attachments for you to be fully enlightened. These 24 are human-made concepts that we live by. But if you can see all these things, there's not a me, there's not a real existence, but human-made ideas. That way you can truly let go, and one day you will really see the world as an enlightened person. You will feel liberation in your own mind. So that's the class for today. Thank you for listening. Amitabha.